Okay, there is an acute crisis. There are a lot of symptoms. Basically, every economic indicator went down during the last year, so the real incomes are falling, and this is for the first time in 15 years. The GDP is contracting, then investment is falling, so this is very much a standard economic crisis. The main reason is that the oil prices are half of what they were a year ago, so this is the main reason. Oh, the problem is that at some point when you exhausted all the potential for growth because of high unemployment or low capacity utilization, at some point you need institutional development. And basically, we have not seen any institutional development in last decades or in last 15 years. Okay, this is certainly related to Putin, meaning that the same forces or the same dynamics that made Putin authoritarian leader, it's the same dynamic that basically unraveled all other political institutions and eventually economic institutions. Okay, now, in the last couple of years, there were some measures taken by the Russian government which were so wrong, so misguided, that if you just lift this restriction, if you just lift the food ban, if you just stop this import substitution program, this will already help Russian population, especially the poor. But if you think of long term about reform strategy, then you need to cut the political involvement into the court process. You need to be less involved, and I think this is completely doable. I think you need to privatize, and for the sake of not having the government meddling too much in the economy, and it's not like the issue in the United States. The Russian government is much more involved in decision making. You need to stop all kind of security officials and police officials meddling into private businesses. And again, like in Russian firm, a government relations office will be like as large as the tax compliance office, even in a very small firm, which is obviously a huge burden. So these are like major avenues of reform. Make regulatory burden lighter, privatize, improve institutions.